about to get started. Some of history's great thinkers, from Aristotle to Charles Darwin to Steve Jobs, all came up with their greatest ideas on a walk. Hi, my name is Ben Siegler, and this is my journey to 35 hours. Hold on, I forgot the pointer. Walking has been a staple in my family for decades. My mom, my uncle, my grandfather, and more of my family have all been into long distance, speed running, and a bit of both. I've never been one to get myself out and run around every day, as my physical activity has been more around sports. This year, I wanted to change that. I decided to join Run the Year, which is essentially just trying to get to 23 miles as quickly as you can, which is sort of impossible for one person to do. So I joined a group of 8 people in my family, and I started my race to 2,023 miles. Coming up with my project, I was trying to find some ideas that I wasn't able to really find a purpose. My ideas were too generic or things that I wouldn't have any interest in. Then I found that it tied to a new hobby that I wanted, which was walking. It's a very simple idea, but it could get 35 hours and I could get involved with my family ties. I brainstormed some purposes and I ended up coming up with some mental health. The gist of the project, I was just trying to walk 35 hours and reflect on that, reflecting on what I see, how I felt, and essentially just, what I saw. That's when I started my race to 35 hours. I had some immediate struggles starting this with snow and ice and freezing temperatures. I wasn't able to get out because I had poor motivation and I was too busy with school and sports. When it got warmer and I was less busy, I finally hit my stride about 3 weeks later. A small part of my project was supposed to be finding and exploring nature. It rained and snowed quite a bit, which made it difficult to get on trails, so I didn't really get to see as much as I wanted to. However, I still got some beautiful sights, such as animals like birds, squirrels, stuff like that, rivers, and sunsets. One of my goals was to go for a race with my mom and walk along with the community. My mom and I did a 5K for the first time in many years, and it felt great to fit in with the community. This fit in with the rest of my community connection hours, which I did with family and friends. I was able to build on conversations that I don't normally have, such as school, buying cars, finances, and stuff that would help me in the future. Walking with others has helped build up my mental health. Mentally, I was struggling a bit during the winter, and I couldn't find a happy place. This project really changed that, bringing me out of my house and giving me a way to think. My mom always told me running just generally helped her mentally, and I never understood what it meant until now. I've been able to talk to friends and learn random new things that may help me in the future. My mindset has changed, and I felt happier altogether. Along with mental health, I've been able to see some pretty cool things in nature that make me feel better in a way I can't describe. I don't know what it is, but it just makes me happy to see swans with their baby chicks or a flowing river bringing life to the woods. Even limited, nature has been one of my favorite parts of this project, and hopefully summer will bring me even more sights. Physically, if I'm going to be honest, not all that much changed. However, I've gained a lot of stamina and built up to walking far longer distances. I went from typical 2-mile walks to often walking over 4 and even reaching 6.5 miles at one point. I'm building this stamina so I can possibly eventually get into running. I didn't really try to change my diet at all, so I haven't seen any major physical changes or lost weight. I believe if I tried, I could. Overall, not too many physical changes though. My research focused on how walking benefits the mind and the body. Since I already had a general understanding of how, from family ties, I didn't expect to find all that much new information. Fortunately, I didn't know much about the specific benefits gained from walking. I wanted to heavily focus on mental health benefits while also finding various physical benefits as well. I was able to find different types of sources that helped me, such as personal experiences, various studies, and medical research. I found some quotes that sum up my research. Broadly speaking, the less you do, the more likely you are to end up with low mood, depression, tension, and worry. If you keep active, you are less likely to be depressed, anxious, or tense, more likely to feel good about yourself, more likely to concentrate and focus, and more likely to cope with cravings and withdrawal symptoms if you try to give up a habit, such as smoking or alcohol. That's a quote from the Royal College of Psychiatrists. I was given a good aspect on how walking can help physically as well. As Harvard Health says, walking can protect you during cold and flu season. A study of over 1,000 men and women found that those who walked at least 20 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, had 43% fewer sick days than those who exercised once a week or less. And if they did get sick, it was for a shorter duration and their symptoms were milder. That's just a small, seasonal portion of what walking can do for the body. Walking is low impact, requires minimal equipment, can be done at any time of the day, and can be performed at your own pace. You can get out and walk without worrying about the risks associated with some more vigorous forms of exercise. Just a short time of walking every day has proven to be beneficial for my body, especially mentally. It won't be long until long-term physical effects join those mental boosts. Any questions?